Excellent. And we're live. Hello. Welcome to Not Quite Novelist. This is the show where new friends are made, literally, and new worlds are built live and on the spot each and every episode. My name is Savannah. If you don't know who I am, how the hell did you get here? If you do know who I am, then you already know what I'm going to say, which is, oh my god, I'm so excited because this week's guest, first off, my very first group, like more than one guest on the stream, which is super fun. And I have Alejandra and Mariah from Table Talk. And I am...
Hello.
Oh, I'm so excited. Because, so, for those who have been around a while, you know that in the very beginning I was doing pre-recorded videos for Not Quite Novelist, and then switched to live streaming. But there's a lot of pre-recorded episodes that have not seen the light of day, and that's because the guy who was doing my editing has a life, and he had other shit to do, and I just didn't have the energy to actually do the editing. So, one of those videos being with the Table Talk girlies. One of these days, that video will see the light of day because it was actually.
We promise. It was good content.
It was such a fun video to make too because it was. Didn't we do like? It was a very.
We did like a story exercise or something. We did like an activity. There was an activity that we did.
Which is going to be exactly what we're doing here now. It's the same activity. We're going to get different prompts. But I think the story we made, it was like, we talked about suits a lot. I think it was set in like a very corporate, like,
it was
office.
It was like an enemies to lovers, like fantasy, but legal.
It was,
situation.
It was like a modern.
That feels like something I would be involved in. I don't remember it though. I'm going to be very honest with you.
It was an urban fantasy. I think it was like, the guys were like shapeshifters or something. It was like shapeshifters into
that
like,
also feels like something we would be involved in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Someone in the chat motivate me to actually get that edited because the content is great. I have definitely leveled up both my, like, all of my equipment set up. I think when we recorded that, I just had just a single laptop and like a webcam.
And a dream.
And that was it. Hello. Okay, we got War Torn Knight. Hi, Onwin. Hi, Matt. Hi, everybody. Yeah, now I have like an actually really good mic, and I've got. Oh, he is yelling at me to do it. He's yelling at me to go edit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, we'll see. But until then, right now we're gonna do it all over again with brand new prompts. So I've got. I call these the Teacups of Fate. They have the theme and the tone prompts in here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw from each of them and see.
You did pull those down, and I thought they were teacups with a beverage in them, and I was like, that's bold to have the beverage up high.
Oh no, I could never. I don't trust myself with
double
that.
Like my dexterity can never, but I love that for you.
To be completely fair, I do not trust myself with doing that. Let's
me
see.
neither.
That is one.
Not with all this equipment on this desk. Right.
Oh, interesting. Wait, I feel like that one was a recent one. I don't care. We're gonna do it again. Okay. Give me just a second to go ahead and add these. This is the part that gets weird because now I'm like, you don't get to see the prompts until I put it on the screen and we get to see, you guys get to see it along with the chat.
See it live in the moment.
Absolutely.
Fun. Oh wait, let me pull up.
I feel like there is a lot that we could do with this too, which is going to be a lot of fun. And it is kind of fitting. I did make a prediction. Before we went live that we were going to get something like this, and so I'm excited. So,
okay, I don't remember my Twitch login, so y'all are just gonna have to tell me what's happening.
That's totally
I got you. I'll comment for both of us. Like screaming and crying.
Our theme is ghosts, which is the thing I predicted. I did say we were going to do something spooky-ish, right?
Ghosts.
But our tone is high fantasy. So we're going like a Lord of the Rings, like a high fantasy, medieval fantasy type of thing, but with some kind of ghosties. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for this.
So like, are the ghosts part of the society, or are the ghosts the society? Is it ghost like village? My mind immediately goes to that like monster fucker book that I read about wraiths
and that's where I'm at
Ghost
now.
Hold up.
Right.
We are
right into
less
the
than
bog.
5 minutes in, and
Right.
already
We're less
I'm
than
like,
3,
it
I
is
think.
tangent time. What did you just
Right.
say out loud?
Okay, so
For
there
context.
is
Yes.
for context. It's one of my favorite like monster fucker romance novels.
Even
that
Matt
I've
in
read.
chat is like, I'm sorry, what?
No, you heard it correctly.
Yep, okay.
I know who I am and what my brand is. But
We love to hear
it's a novel where like it initially starts as a group of like it's a like secret society of monster hunters, and they specifically are at war with wraiths that come over to our world, and they feed off the fear of people.
Okay.
But like the wraiths in their like native like plane, I guess,
Yeah.
are like corporeal, and they have like physical forms and whatever. It's just they exist as wraiths in ours. And so
Okay.
they barter for peace temporarily.
Mhm.
And part of that barter is that like one of the huntresses have to be married to the king, like wraith king.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Who they choose, this is why it's my favorite one, because most of these
Right.
novels are like the girl coming to terms with the fact that she's attracted to the monster.
Yeah.
This one in particular, the girl is exiled from the monster hunting society because she wants to canonically fuck
She's
these
like,
monsters.
let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
They're like,
She's like,
you're
oh.
a terrible hunter because you are wanting.
You're out here
to
like,
fuck 'em."
oh my god,
You're like, sure would be a shame. So they exile her, and she's working like a normie corporate marketing job.
Yeah.
Which I was like, immediately, she's me and I'm her.
Yes.
She also like draws monster smut and like writes monster smut. I'm like, she's
Mhm.
me and I'm her.
You have a
And
monster
so-
fucker book about
Yeah.
a monster fucker from the beginning.
Yeah, so
Like,
they go
Yeah.
to her, and they're like, hey, we've bartered for peace, and there's a very unique opportunity that I think you're uniquely
Like they
qualified
call
for.
her because there's just been exiled from her community, and they're like,
that you
"Hey,
are
girl,
uniquely qualified.
you-
for.
Hey,
qualified for this, like, because
you gotta come back
no
in.
other huntress wants to do this job, and
Yeah.
you're probably the only person we know that would. And so
Like her sister is like one of the main like people
Yeah.
that's like running. So
Yeah.
she's like, "Hey, bitch, you
Naturally.
gotta come back in. I need you to
Yes.
clock in."
yeah, actually,
Just like let
So
me
she's
pack
like-
back. Yeah,
she's
it's like
like,
just packing a
hell
bag.
yeah,
Yep.
she's like, I'm already
we're
there,
live.
and so
Yeah.
she goes to the other fucking side. She sees what they look like corporeally. She's like, I'm even more down bad. And
What is the
Yeah.
name
Like,
of this book?
Luxaria.
Luxuria or Luxaria or
Luxaria,
something.
something.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. It's
And-
like LUX.
LUX.
ARAIA,
Something.
like that. If you type LUX, I think you can get there.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she goes over, and like all the interactions with her and the Wraith King are like, she smells delicious, and he thinks that's fear because that's what they normally experience, and she's like, no, it's because I'm
She's
horny,
like,
and he thinks she's scared
It is
of him,
pure lust.
and she's like, no, I'm down atrocious,
Yeah.
my guy.
It is like the funniest
am
miscommunication trope.
It's so
obsessed with
good.
this. That is awesome. Holy shit. That's so good. Hold on. I literally stopped everything because I was like, I'm looking up the name of this book right now.
Hell yeah.
So I do
You're
in fact
welcome.
have it. Yeah, that's
There
going.
was because like
I'm putting
Ollie
this
read
in
it
chat
and then
just
had
so that
me-
people can read it and be like, this
Yeah.
is their. Of course,
Yes.
Puppet,
yes.
you would know the name of this book.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
so
love it.
good.
I feel left
Yeah,
out.
no,
Yeah.
Puppet D is my housemate. I know how many books we have in this house.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, yep.
No,
I'm
because
like,
like
you would.
there was like times where like when I was reading it, it took me out of the book because of how like eerily similar the character
was
is to Ollie. I was like, this is
no.
weird. I was like, it feels.
I
I was
can't
like,
read
"Whoa."
this.
I've never read a book that I was like, she is me and I am her.
It
'Cause there's
is
some
like
ones that you're like,
truly YN.
yeah.
It is on some
That's
Wattpad YN shit, and I was
so
like,
good.
whoa, okay, we're back.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Like, don't imagine too vividly, actually, because then it'll get weird for me.
Because then
in
it's just your best
particular.
friend getting rocked.
Yeah, and I'm like
And
happy
good for her.
you, but
Like,
also
Yeah. Love
but
that
I don't
for
need to be a
you.
part of this. Yeah.
No, correct. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good. I would not be surprised if we had a copy of that book in this house, and I would be like, I will read it tonight. That's so good.
Hey,
Cool.
it's a digestible read. I'll tell you that much. You'll go through that shit quick.
it is
So we've
on
got
Kindle
Ghosts.
Unlimited.
So we've got ghost in high fantasy, and I'm immediately like, all right, so which one of us are gonna make the character that is gonna fuck the ghost? Like, who's going to? Yep.
Okay. So ghost society.
Ghost
Yeah.
high fantasy
I
society.
I do like the idea of it being like this is a ghost society. Like this is an actual like town of undead kind of thing. Or like yeah, maybe it's like started as like a necromancer city and then
Yeah.
like all the ghosts
It would
and
be
spirits
funny,
and
like,
ghouls and
yeah.
all started being like, well,
Like,
we're
what
all
if there's no
citizens now.
doors because they can just walk through the walls?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
They're ghosts.
I like that.
Yeah,
Like,
when
what if it's
corporeal
some wacky
visitors
shit?
come, they're just
Yeah.
kind of fucked. Like, there's no accessibility for the corporeals.
Yep,
actually.
Yep. I feel like there's like different it's maybe like two like neighborhoods or two cities like right next to each other. One for specifically the necromancers, and those are the corporeal ones, and then one right next door for all of the dead, like all of the spirits and the whatever else that
It could
is
even
there.
be like something akin to like one kingdom, but they're like in Attack on Titan, like the different like walls.
Like the walls.
I've
Yeah.
never seen
The
Attack on
rings.
Titan, but I do know what you're talking about. So yes.
Yeah, where like
Okay.
the kingdom is kind of
Yeah.
separated
Yeah.
into rings. And so
Okay.
like different rings can be different states of
Yeah.
corporeality. It could be like you're fully corporeal and alive, then like undead,
Yeah.
and then ghosts.
That's cool. I like that.
That is
Okay,
interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
And to have it be
I like
in like
that.
Like your proximity to death
yeah.
could even equate to status as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, like maybe there is like a very like an elite few that actually bossing say. Yep. Oh my god, Matt.
There's no word.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, like maybe like the corporeal necromancers are liches, and a lot of the other people that
Yeah.
reside there are like maybe
Those
those
are,
who
like,
tried
the-
to become liches or were like sacrificed in the process of
Mm.
that game, or just ended up there through whatever weird means.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I like the idea too of like it being like the outside wall or the outside like ring is like the corporeal. So like maybe people who do practice necromancy,
People who are
but
aspiring to necromancy
Exactly.
or aspiring to eventually become liches.
there is an actual like there's a college, like the education system is like if you want to go into necromancy, you go there. So there's different like ways of like learning or just like if maybe like also people might move there for like if they have someone who did pass on but ended up coming back and lives now on one of the inner rings, they probably live outside as like a neighbor so that they can go in and like visit their
As a means
families
to still
or
be
whatever.
like in communication with
Yeah.
someone that they care about. Yeah.
I feel like on the outside, on the very outside of the kingdom too, is like basically a fourth ring that is just a massive cemetery, where it's like the bodies of the spirits that live on the inner ring are all buried.
Yeah.
I think
That's
that
also
would
an
be really
interesting
cool.
like that's an interesting point of contention of it's where like people who are still alive living there so they can like remain closer to their
Yeah.
dead loved ones to pass on, because like how would you prevent everyone in existence from just trying to do that?
Well, maybe there's
Or it's
like
that being like forbidden could be
Yeah.
an interesting, like maybe there are people who are like pretending that they're studying necromancy or something like that, because
I was
it's like
thinking, what if there's like
if you allow because
They
like
probably
people would
have-
just never let go of their loved ones.
Well,
Yeah.
they probably have like a very like rigorous like I guess like immigration policy of like who is allowed to like stay in this, like who is allowed to stay.
I imagine it is something of like you have to have the qualifications
Yeah.
to even do like magic or necromancy, and then like
Mm.
I like the idea of like maybe like the outer ring is kind of that college or that like
Yeah.
schooling to get deeper into the rings, because you have to first pass through all of that
Yeah.
in order to have access to the deeper
Yeah.
rings of like undeath
Yeah.
and like ghostly spirit like
Or that it
areas.
is like even like getting there is almost like a planar shift thing, and like the process of getting there
Oh.
is the trial, and a lot of people
That's
die in
cool.
that process, which then feeds the necromantic
Yeah.
study, like that
Yeah.
continual death
That's
of people that are trying to
fascinating.
like get to the
Yeah.
that kind of like break into the afterworld thing
Yeah.
to like be with your
Yes.
people, but like most people are gonna die in pursuit of that.
Yeah.
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 So
I
it is
love
like,
this.
it is challenging, but to some people it might be worth it depending on who's waiting for you there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, this is cool. So then I feel like the story, like, well, I feel like the characters that we would make. So this is really interesting because a lot of these episodes I've done, at least like the live episodes so far, have been like, okay, like, who's your character, who's my character in this like world that we're building? Who are these? If we were in like a game, or if we were telling this story as like a role play, like, who would you play, who would I play? And because I am a absolutely hopeless shipper when it comes to my characters, almost everyone that has been on the show have been like, all right, so when do they smooch? Like, it has been that. So if we were going to be doing this, who, I already know Ale's definitely going to be the one who's like, I want to fuck a ghost. But Mariah, what kind of character in this would you play? Would you want someone who is like part of like this romance subplot, or would you want to be like the bestie who's like, yeah, get it?
So I have it in general. I don't know why they latched into my brain, but I'm obsessed with liches. I just think they're really cool.
Yes.
And I think the amount of like diluted perseverance it takes to like become that is something that I just find really interesting as like a storytelling mechanism.
I think this setting is also very perfect for your like academic excellence, like bone that you just like gnaw on.
Yeah.
And so like like a character that is like
a good gifted and talented kid.
A good gifted and talented kid
to me
in
particular.
Seeking the lichdom.
Yeah. So you'd play like a student maybe who's in like the outer ring, who's trying to become, who's like trying to get into that like inner circle basically. Or would you want to play someone who maybe is like, okay, I like
either that or like, depending on the framing, either that or someone who is already a lich. Like one of the like liches that reside in the...
I don't know why, but I could see this happening, and I'm just, hear me out on this. You can say no, but I think that this would be funny and interesting. If you were playing like a lich, but like the newest one, like you just made it.
Basically. Yeah, like the baby.
You summa cum laude your way into lichdom.
The freshest lich.
Last semester.
Fresh graduate lich. Yeah.
My robes are not dusty yet. They're like
they have nary a tatter nor a moth hole.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's
I'm
so
trying
funny.
to get moths. I'm like, please, my brothers.
That's so
please
good.
Fuck up the drip so I look like I've experience.
Yep. Quietly in your room with scissors, trying to like add the holes yourself.
Distress your own robes. Yeah.
I love that. I think I would want to play a ghost. I would want to play a spirit of someone who passed on, like, and got brought back. I'm trying to decide if it was someone who, like, maybe, part of me is thinking, like, this person got brought back, but is pissed, like, did not want to get brought back, wanted to stay dead, and wanted to stay in, like, whatever afterlife they were in, but they're like, and now I'm back in the fucking building. It's that kind of energy.
Do we think that there is an afterlife other than this? Because my read of it was that like this is the afterlife, or because the society has ghosts in it, right? That it's like this either is and it's either a reincarnation or it's there's the big blank void after death kind of thing.
Okay, I like that actually. That's cool.
So the thing where it's like
do you think like economically like they facilitate reincarnation for some of the souls that get there and like don't necessarily want to be part of this like undeath society, and they either want to get brought back or like move on? So economically it's like, all right, then what do you have to offer me? But I like to think that their economy runs on like knowledge. So the more
I feel like
life you live and experience you have, the more value you have in your afterlife, because you can trade that knowledge to the scholars for a path to reincarnation. And that's how they have like...
Yeah, and it could even be something like that is true of everybody, and even like with the liches, like not all of them, but some of them, like there's a point of like before they get to the point where they really are just like Evel Knievel, like insanely crazy from just living for myriads.
Yeah.
You're supposed to kind of take the honor route and be like, all right, I've done my time. I'm going to go ahead and reincarnate and hit it at another rotation.
Yeah.
And obviously there'd be intention of like everybody not having that like self-sacrificial or ability to acknowledge when it's time for them to be done.
I need to pause and acknowledge fucking Matt in the chat, who has absolutely been self-proclaimed, what was it, the Punjin Master before? But his comment talking about like people who buy like jeans and holes, now liches are buying robes with holes in them. Pre-holed robes bought from Hall Lichter.
Yes.
Yep.
God damn it.
It's like the campus stores like on colleges where you can get like merch. That's it at the Lich College.
Oh my god. Sorry, this is what I mean by getting distracted by chat. Especially when Matt is here, he has Aber Zombie and Lich. God damn it!
Crazy! I love it!
Actually.
Aber Zombie and Lich is great.
I will be taking the Abercrombie
Please make that
logo
and redesigning that logo and the Hall Lichter. I'm redesigning both of those. That's so funny. Where's my notepad? Hold on. I gotta write that down so I don't forget.
Aber Zombie and Lich.
That's so good.
Aber Zombie and Lich is wild.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. Aber Zombie and Lich. Sorry, that's gonna be in my head for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just pulling up the logo and like that goes into a little folder over here, so I don't forget to draw that later because that's awesome. This is my role now. You're gonna undeadify all the brands. Okay, so while we make this, we're just gonna get a bunch of different clothing brands as undead versions in the chat. Looking forward to that. I'm trying to think of other like clothing brands now.
The mall culture at the Lich College is really popping.
It's crazy.
I feel like Hot Topic is like too. I don't know how you would do. My first thought was Hot Zombie, but we already have Aber Zombie and Lich, so do Hot Topic. Figure that one out for me. Anyway,
get to work.
Do it. I don't know why I have such an aggressive relationship with my chat, but every time, like every single stream, Goth Topic, that works. I love it. Yeah, I don't know why every single stream I'm like, there is someone in chat who is like, I will fucking fight you for no reason. I get real aggro with them. I'm like, I love you guys, but it's more fun to fight. Anyway, okay, so I like this a lot, that it's like more so that the spirits that are here, it's like that inner plane or that inner circle is more like there is like a different like plane of existence. So if someone I feel like if someone tries to travel like materially through like a material world to the inner planes, I feel like it's actually like a labyrinth. I feel like the inner planes get into like full like labyrinth territory, and it's like if you don't, if you are not taking the like proper channels or proper like anything,
it's going to be very difficult and also perilous to get there.
And you just get lost. Like literally, you're gonna get lost forever.
It's a little like Orpheus, like walking to hell kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where like it's very easy to just die.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of take that like a similar route with my character, in the sense of like someone that's coming into the city not through proper channels, out of sheer stubbornness for like, as the hopeless romantic in me, of like someone that she like loved in life and knew is there, and she's just like refusing to let them go. And so she's coming into the town, basically like sneaking in to try to find them. And for the monster fuckery of it all, either they are like now a ghost, a wraith, or a lich, or something like that.
That's why I'm thinking like I really would love to play like an undead. Like I would love to play like an actual ghost or spirit that is just a resident. And I think playing like the love interest would be so fun, to be like, I am now also on my own journey to try and find you in this maze, in this labyrinth, to try and like get you to. We're both trying to do the same thing, which is just reunite.
Yeah. But I like the idea that you're like, I have to wait until she dies of natural fucking causes and gets here. And meanwhile, you have no idea that I'm like, I'm in the sewers, bitch, and I'm sneaking.
Yeah, like, I'm in the wall.
Yeah. I'm on an Ocean's 11 fucking mission in the undead city.
And maybe it's a thing where like, Savannah, like your character's death was often like the ritual that enabled my ascension.
Yes.
Oh, like maybe you were like one of the souls that were
you're her
involved
thesis
in that. Yeah,
that was the thesis.
And I think it was a thing where like Michael like knows that you didn't really consent to that, and it is that thing of like she's starting to see that there are some definite like cracks in the mortar of like this is not as like the system honorable is not as clean or like or clean or like as beloved of a process as it is made out to be necessarily.
Love this. Oh my god, that's awesome. That's so cool.
And like maybe we've even kept in touch in a way where it's like we were not like, supposed to.
Maybe after the death and after you realize that there was like, oh, this person wasn't supposed to be one of the sacrifices, you kind of saw out my spirit and we became like kind of friends through that.
Yeah, I think like there's definitely guilt there of like feeling like fuck, like I was the one that killed you and you didn't really I think there was an assumption that like anybody who's involved in this like consented to it and is fine and doing it for like the glory of Lichstone, and I was like, oh, that's not the case. And so like I'm deconstructing some things and like I'm also kind of trying to like provide whatever support I can to you or like help you in either like expediting your reincarnation or finding your like keeping you company until your lover gets you, like whatever I can kind of do.
I think something that could be interesting is if like maybe because there's like a planar like divide, you kind of help facilitate putting like where the veil, like thinning the veil just enough for maybe me to go in and like give little subtle messages and like tips and tricks through the maze,
little
through
dream,
the labyrinth.
little like dream appearances, things like that.
That's so beautiful. I love that.
You're doing what you can. Like you might have like some awareness of like, oh, she's like on her way and she's in the maze right now, and so you're trying to help.
Yeah, like the first thing that happens is like help me to just go and like give a message to my partner, to my love.
And then it's like, I think I do that and I'm like, this bitch is not at home. Like she is not at where my sim is not where she's supposed to be.
You're like, hey girl, I did scry. She's 5 minutes away. Oh
excuse? Yes. And so it becomes this like this I love this idea of like this lich and this ghost are now like on their own like little Ocean's 11 kind of like we're on a mission to try and like help and get you through so that you don't like,
and also keep it a secret. It's like we're trying to pass like fucking like necromantic theory charade style through.
This is fascinating. This is cool.
So you don't get murked in the fucking catacombs.
It's very like not that this is like a great comparison, but in like Agatar when she's doing the trials and Reese is like trying to help her, like give her hints and random things without
it's giving the trial where like Feyre couldn't read and like Lucian is looking there and she's like, 2 people, me and Tamlin too, and Lucian's just like, you dumb cunt, you're gonna kill us all. Like that is my girl being like, oh no,
you're like oh she's dumb.
Like we are gonna be
so pretty here. She's so pretty.
We're gonna be sent to like the eternal darkness, all 3 of us, if this doesn't stay buttoned up.
I need to confess something. I've never read ACOTAR.
That's fine.
But
that's fine.
I love this little synopsis of a part of it that I'm like, should I read this?
I don't know. I read it during like early days of quarantine and it got me back into like reading as an adult. So for that, it has a special place in my heart. But like controversial opinion, the wider I've read and the more I've read, the more I've written myself, it has not held up. And like there's a lot of plot holes that I found like on rereads that drive me fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
I was catching up on. I was actually yesterday was catching up on Table Talk because I was like, I haven't listened to this in forever. It used to be like one of my like every Wednesday listen to that. I go listen to Gals and Goblins and then Table Talk, and then it's like that's my like habit. And then it's just been a while since I've listened to it, so I was like, oh, I've got
we switched to
several
monthly
episodes
too,
to binge.
and we
I noticed that too, so I was like, cool, okay, so now I can like. I waited a little bit. Now I have some episodes to like catch up on, which is awesome. But I was listening to, I cannot remember who the guest that was on, or
it was
who it
Kay,
was.
I think on. If we were talking about ACOTAR, it was
y'all
our
were
editor
like
Kay.
going off about it, which was so interesting.
Yeah,
I was like, I've never read it.
Kay will rile me up about it.
Because I obviously I hear like so many good things about it, and then now hearing an actual like, no, let's like from a writer's perspective. Let's actually talk about this. Really,
like,
really
listen,
interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's a book that is good on the first pass around if you like haven't read anything in a while and you just want to like get back
like,
in it.
You want something for the vibe, something that's easy to read.
They're good. They're digestible. Great. You'll crank through them real fast.
But like it is
on the second pass around, you'll be like,
When you start doing what I like to do, which is like rhetorical analysis and shit, it does not hold up under screen, and that's okay. Everything doesn't have to. That doesn't mean it's like not worth reading or not a great book.
Sometimes you just want to like relive your Twilight era as a grown up, you know?
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
No.
I get that. Yeah.
Throne of Glass, I will say the lore in Throne of Glass is solid. Like, my lore issues with ACOTAR, I do not have. That is lore-wise the best series. It's also the only complete series, but I think the whole time she was just, that's a fantasy book with a romance subplot, whereas ACOTAR is romance in a fantasy setting, and like it shows.
Yeah.
She did not pay as much attention to
lore.
The lore, which like,
no,
I get it. Like, writing books is hard, like, but you know, there's also room for criticism.
That's something for me that I'm like, no, the lore, like, yes, I am all for the romance. Give me the smooches, but also like, make sure your lore is solid. I care about
that,
the
and
world
that right. Same. Like that's like my neurodivergence is I care about how things are. Like I want that to make sense, and if it doesn't, it gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
And it takes me out of it. But like that's not true for everybody. So I don't know.
One thing I really love about now being like friends with a lot of people who do actual plays is I am now friends with the people who create the things I'm a fan of. And I am someone who I have made an OC for every piece of fiction I've consumed since I was 11. That is just how I enjoy fiction. Yeah. And it started with, what did it start with? I think it was the Horton Hears a Who movie. It came out and I made a Whoville OC.
Oh, okay.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Because that was in my DeviantArt days. I shouldn't have had the internet when I was 12, but like I did, so
that
was a thing.
Hey, you know, that can go for all of us. We were all out there on crawling fanfiction.net.
It was a wild west. Our parents didn't know how to police that shit.
The old days of Tumblr.
True. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh yeah, 2010s Tumblr. I had
truly when like everyone was leaving TikTok, like I was seeing all those things where it was, you know, that TikTok audio where it's like, and I live inside you forever.
Yes.
But it was like Tumblr. It was like, I'm still here.
Oh, I have even I started going back to Tumblr. Yeah.
So did I. I was unironically being like, well, let me add all my little shows and my tags and like let me curate this Tumblr feed a little bit because I'm gonna have to go back to something.
It's my safety boat. On the Titanic that I reserved for myself.
Truly. Oh my god. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what I'm like, for someone, now that I'm like a fan of like these content creators who make the fiction that I am now making OCs for, like my favorite one to talk about is specifically Johnny's Ravenloft Misfits. Which, fun fact, y'all, Table Talk, you guys are kind of like at the beginning of this like butterfly effect that led to me doing live streaming.
Yay!
Because it was literally, I would listen to Table Talk. I found y'all's episode with Johnny. And I was like, it was like a year, almost 2 years ago now. And I was like, oh, this guy seems cool. He seems interesting. Like, it seems like someone I would want to have like on my show, right? And
Johnny's a good bean.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's great.
I messaged him on Instagram. I was just like, hey, you seem cool, and I'm about to go listen to your actual play. Not thinking that he was going to respond. he responded within the hour and was just like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, that's so sweet. Tell me what you think about the show. So I started listening to Misfits, and that turned into me live texting him my reactions to the entire thing.
Which I know he ate that shit up.
Oh, he loved it. Yeah. And now I am the president and founder of the Bullying Johnny Club, because that motherfucker hurt my feelings way too much. Wait, I have t-shirts. Hold on. You guys want to see it? Give me a second.
Wait, I need a t-shirt. I need a Bully Johnny t-shirt.
We do need Bully Johnny t-shirts for PAX, actually.
I need it. Wait.
That's
I need it.
That's great, actually.
Okay, we're going to talk after this, because I do require one of those before we go to PAX, and I'm going to wear it without telling him.
Please do. Well, so I wore it to Gen Con, and I actually... Oh my gosh, hello. Oh, boy, hello. I love seeing Wugs in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh my gosh. We're making ghosties in high fantasy, but right now I'm talking about how I'm bullying my friend Johnny. Because he hurt my feelings during Misfits way too many times. But it was because I was friends with Johnny that he posted... I saw him post something on Threads, and I was like, I didn't have Threads at the time. So I was like, okay, well, he's on it. Seems like cool people are on it. I'll go and join Threads. And it was because of Threads that I then joined Castleton, and now I'm here. So it was literally listening to Table Talk started this like big butterfly effect of like, and now I have my own live stream show.
I love that. Yeah, incredible.
It was awesome.
You love the growth.
Thank you guys. I love that. But he actually, one of the things I did during like my, live texting, live tweeting him, all of my reactions to Misfits was that I made an OC for Misfits. And he actually, I was like, oh, I have this idea. And he immediately started helping me make the OC. He was like, oh, actually, she would do this, that, and the other. So my thing is I love reaching out now to these creators and to my friends to be like, hey, like, what is this piece of lore? What is this piece of canon? Because I'm going to make an OC, but I need to make sure I'm getting it right for your story.
Yeah,
it's harder to do that when it's just like an author that is like a big book that you don't know this creator person.
Yeah, you can't have like the back and forth.
Yeah,
situation.
Exactly. I love being like, hey, tell me, does this fit within your canon? If it doesn't, help me fix it. And they do, and it's awesome. And I've created so many like really cool characters because of it, just that live solely in my brain. They only live in my head.
Just fun little guys.
Yeah. I have way too many people up here, but they're there.
I feel that.
And that's why I'm here.
It's crowded.
Yeah. Oh, it's crowded. Yeah. It's already, like, look at how many doodles I have on the overlay here. There's so many that I'm like, it's just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep adding to it. We all have too many voices in our head. My voices are my characters.
Is each doodle representative of a little guy?
Yeah, so essentially what I have on my overlay for my stream is that every doodle that I have on here represents one of the episodes that I've done since I started streaming. So, I love that. There's one, I don't remember which corner it's in, but the two, like, my favorite one to talk about is the one that looks like two carnival big tops with something around it. I did that episode with Diana of the Rose, and we did an intergalactic carnival where the actual ship itself were two. The joke was how you call like a D8 two pyramids
two tens ass.
This is two big tops ass to ass, and I think if you go look on the Not Quite Novelist Instagram, there's a reel that is just a compilation of how many times we said two big tops ass to ass, because we said it like 8 times, and it cracked me up. So that
like once you start, you're like, we got to work that in.
Can't stop.
If I ever open a Not Quite Novelist t-shirt, or like merch shop, that's going on a t-shirt. I gotta put two big tops ass to ass. So this episode will also get its own doodle. By the end of it, I'll have something in my brain of like what I'm gonna draw for it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, haha, that's how I segue. Back to getting on topic.
So get out. We cannot escape. We cannot get out.
Never. I love the like world that we've built so far, but now I want to kind of narrow it down and be like, okay, let's talk about characters. So let's go, I guess, like one by one. Like, Ale, who do you think, like, what does your character look like, or what is your? Let's get some details on her.
Okay. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm going to take inspiration from the fact that I just finished the second season of Queer Ultimatum. And there's a girl there. Her name is Bridget. She's like ethereally beautiful and like, but she has such a sweet demeanor. But she also has this like beautiful curly shag mullet situation.
Mullet, yeah.
It's
amazing.
Best hair ever. And then like it's cropped a little short on the sides, but she's got two little like wispies on like by her ears. Cute. And it's just like perfect curls. And she has like kind of a more eclectic, slightly mask style, although her face is very effeminate and pretty, and she does like her makeup really well. So she does a great like kind of mix and match of masculine and feminine in her style.
Oh my god!
Like Ollie sent me a text. Not a text message, a TikTok. That was like somebody reviewing all the mask looks, and like that person's description for Bridget was like, a Buffalo Exchange hates to see them coming.
Truly.
And I'm like, but like in the best way,
in the best way possible,
in the most tasteful way.
I just looked them up and I was like, yeah, I love it. That's
you see the vision. You see the vision.
Oh, yeah.
So I like to think she was a wizard. Like. And that's probably where she met her lover, and they're very into like magic. Maybe her lover was like an aspiring necromancer in life, like not within the undeath, but just like that was just something that they were studying together. And then maybe something kind of happened on accident and whatever, and like led to their unfortunate like early demise. And I think her as a student of magic and someone that is like really devoted to that and just having like just a bit of a stubborn nature. And through learning about like the undeath city through her lover and like the knowledge of that existence, being like, no, I don't accept that as a reality. And like through magic, all things are possible. So I will find a way to make the weave work in my favor. And that is just the energy she's brought into the world. I like to think maybe she's got like some kind of like half elfin heritage situation. But yeah, just like a cute little manic pixie fucking dream girl that is just like, it's just me and my knowledge of of magic and a fucking dream, and I'm gonna go get my partner.
Yes. Incredible. I love it. So I love this because now you're giving me ideas of who exactly this partner is, right? And I think like you've gone in the direction of the characters that I usually like to create for myself, which is the like manic pixie dream girl just kind of thing. I was thinking, because I'm someone who in like D&D I almost exclusively play charisma casters, so sorcerer, bard, warlock,
Sally.
Almost exclusively. I think I've got one character who is not, and that is because she is a sorcerer fighter multiclass. Yeah, fair enough. She's fun. She's she got turned into a werewolf, and so her whole thing is that as she starts to embrace the werewolf, as she starts to embrace and connect with the wolf more, she levels up more in fighter. Which is cool. I'm having a lot of fun with her so far. Yeah, it's for my home game. We're doing Strixhaven, and I absolutely love her.
Oh, dope. Yep. Our home game is Strixhaven.
I love hearing about y'all's.
I mean, it's by the Strixhaven by the Lucian. We go to a college that's called Strixhaven. I don't really think it's.
And that's about where it stops.
That is kind of where we're at too. Like my, so my DM is my housemate, and she straight up has told us, like, in the beginning when we first started this campaign, read the book and was like, this book gives me nothing. Like, we're just making shit up now.
That I like very lightly touched on like the very first things that it like had in it and stuff, but everything that was going on with my characters was way more interesting, and it felt like I was detracting from that every time I was like, look at this suspicious goo on campus. Like, no.
We had one or two missions for suspicious goo, and we were like, I think that's all the goo.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, you just see some little frog man being dragged away by security screaming about goo, and then it's resolved.
Yeah, because for a while I was afraid that like the goo was going to come back at like the 11th hour of the campaign, And to be like, it was the goo all along. Like, who knows?
I did like the goo mystery specifically. I love the goo mystery because I also listen to Gals and Goblins religiously, and there is a big thing with goop in Gals and Goblins. So it's a whole
it was
thing.
like a fun, silly, haha time, but like the tone of our game was so different that I was like, it's
Y'all's
not.
game-
I also because we did my character arc first, and my character arc was really deeply fucked up and dark.
Yeah.
So it was weird to go like, hey, half cooked reborn with probably dead parents to like, oops, let's go track down this goo.
Oh boy.
Like, the like tone, because like if you give me an inch, I'll drive us straight into hell and sobbing.
But Puppet is in the chat mocking me right now because she definitely made me paranoid of mimics. I have trauma with mimics now because literally within two different, I think it was like within 2 sessions back to back, we had 2 different mimics in different locations that fucked us up, and I was like, it
is mimic heavy at the start.
Kidding me?
Different mimic-fied thing, because like anything can be a mimic. Truly, there can be a little guy inside anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, are you joking? Yeah. So I have everyone at our table now has deep trust issues about any inanimate object, and we are all like, it's a mimic. Yeah. Immediately, it's a mimic.
I have plant monster related trauma.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, I, Mariah, have plants. So, like, anytime when there's another plant monster, I'm like,
Yep.
I did my job and I did it well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, now we've got, last one shot I played, I was...
Labyrinth IKEA full of mimics would suck, actually.
IKEA full of mimics.
Incredible.
Oops All Mimics IKEA, where you have to find, like, the one dresser that isn't a mimic and get out before midnight or whatever would fuck, actually.
Yeah.
That is
great. Actually the 9th layer of hell. That is horrible.
Are there still Swedish meatballs? Because I'll go.
Yeah, we're not animals.
If the meatballs are
you need protein for healing.
Yes, but you have a plate of meatballs. One of them is a mimic.
The plate might be a mimic as well. As the
plate might be a mimic. Maybe. There is just no. There is just a single noodle that is a mimic.
The Minotaur was an enormous Karen. I hate that.
Oh my god, no.
The phrase enormous Karen is evocative in a way that I don't enjoy. And I don't know if that's just, I don't know if my brain, if I'm having an experience. Right. Just enormous in height, in width, in depth.
In
personality, in Karenness,
in all, like,
in general, Karen,
enormous in what
energy?
way?
Yes to all. Oh no.
Got it.
Hate that.
Terrifying.
So it was sort of what my brain was thinking of was correct. Great. Hate that for me.
Hate that entirely. Anyway.
No, that would be fun. Like, you had to sneak in, avoid security, wait until the IKEA closes down.
Oh, yeah.
Like how those, like, crazy... Remember, like, when YouTubers would do that? We're like, we're spending 24 hours in an IKEA.
The Walmart,
and they would, like, hide in a fucking, like, closet or something. And so, very weird things.
Yeah.
And then you have to find the one non-mimic-fied.
Oh, so in the labyrinth,
like Toy Story, but bad.
In the labyrinth that Ollie's character is like going through to try and get there is absolutely like bricks in the walls of the labyrinth that like just randomly that are going to be mimics.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
There's definitely traps like that. Hi, Justin.
Just the wall reached out and licked you a little bit. Like,
you just feel a tongue on your
bad touch.
Awful. That's so nasty.
I love the
Sorry.
I love the idea. Have you seen the newest season of like Interview with a Vampire?
No, I haven't.
You simply must watch that.
Super have to. But my thought
I bought it. I purchased it on Amazon so that I could watch it when I wanted to.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yes. My thought was
awful.
this is not going to be a spoiler, but like one of the canon things is like they can read other people's minds and other vampires' minds, but like your creator can't read your mind, kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's a scene where like Louis and like someone is basically third party translating what Lestat is saying to Louis and back and forth because they are a distance away. and so they're using this one person as like a game of telephone. So I'm thinking of like, I'm thinking you as like my lover are like talking to Mariah's character as I'm like in the maze and stuff. So Mariah's character is like talking to me, trying to like relay information, and she's just hearing me like climbing up a fucking wall and be like, ah, fuck, shit, like whatever, like I'm getting bit by mimics and shit.
I would have gone through.
Like I would have gone through it.
I'd be like, I have no context for what is happening,
and like I know where you're at in the labyrinth because I went through it successfully with magic, and I'm like, don't, that brick will get you. Don't touch that.
Don't
touch that brick. Yeah. That one definitely will lick you. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, that'll do what?
That'll like where?
Who's doing what now?
What?
Get away from my girlfriend. No, I think my character, here's what I'm thinking in terms of how she died. Because we are gonna be gay, because I can't not make femme characters. I like to make male characters a lot of the times, but in terms of like, I'm thinking about this of if I were a player in this in a game, and I think I always have to play femme characters. I don't think I could play a male character just because
trying to play I'm going to play my first mask baby in an upcoming game. One of our friends is about to start, which I'm excited because I've never played a man before. Like, it's not an NPC.
Oh yeah. I love that. I can write male characters because I do it in like I do a lot of like freeform roleplay stuff of like I'll do like I've got one friend who has been my main RP partner for like 6 years now, and we have like I think we've created over 100 roleplays. I think we're at like over 60 active ones right now, but just in total we've made like I think we've hit the 3 digits already. But a majority of those I've made like male characters. I can write them. But if I were gonna be like acting
in a game
in a way, if I was in a game in this way, I could not like verbally roleplay this. Yeah. But I think that she was actually a College of Spirits bard. I think would be interesting.
Interesting, yeah. I like that.
And I think that what happened was maybe there's like a part of these like trials or a part of this thing that you have to do that has like an almost or like the final like a final sacrifice ritual that is almost like gladiatorial. There's like an auditorium that people from the other colleges can like watch, almost like this is like the graduation ceremony kind of thing. And I think I went in and like got lost. It was a very innocent like I just need to find my seat, but someone who was like working one of the staff or faculty saw me and were like, oh yeah, you're one of them, you come with me. And I got like just strapped onto the sacrificial table and I was like, I wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah, I like that, where it is like because I think it is pretty common, or it's maybe not common, like it happens where like people end up kind of falling ass backwards into this labyrinth, and then it's kind of like for the Lich College where it's like we need people to sacrifice sometimes. We can't just like live off the residual death of the people that are dying in the labyrinth. Like you kind of go through, and there are people whose job it is to just shepherd people back in and then actually sacrifice them. And that's what I think like, was like the liches are told, or like told to like, oh no, like they agreed to this, like we just pulled them directly through, like nothing, and like we don't have interactions, like we just walk into the room, yelling on the table, and then we kind of.
I had a thought. What if like instead of like necessarily an accident, you had some kind of academic rival that set you up?
Oh yeah, so maybe from my perspective it was like just an accident, but it was like a misunderstanding, but in reality it was someone else who was like caused me
someone else who
like,
told you like, hey, like whatever fucking professor like wanted you to come to their office at this time or whatever the fuck, and like set you on the path to like run into the people that were collecting.
That's so fucked. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, like then that. In that case, like because of that, then maybe this rival like maybe somehow like finds out that now it's like now you're in the labyrinth too, and there's a whole like thing, and is now trying to sabotage you.
I like to think that I found out. So like, I think that's part of my stubbornness is like, it was not your time. and you were put there unjustly and like whatever. And so like maybe I'm trying to get you out on a fucking like technicality.
Right.
Basically.
You're like the leak,
but
the
I have to get I'm like I have to get there, and then I also like subsequently I'm trying to fuck this bitch. And like but I have to get to the right person and be like, hey,
well, like you have no business in
I'm like, that's my
labyrinth.
bitch, return her.
Return her. I got the receipt.
Return her.
And it could be an interesting, fun thing where it's like, if that becomes part of like our side of the quest, where we're like, we figure out that's happening. It's like, okay, well, we have to go find this fucking person now.
Yeah, because then they like start going after you, Ale. They start going after you to be like, I have to silence this person.
Yeah,
because it's like they're gonna
I might be blowing up the spot right now.
Yeah.
Like maybe we find some kind of way where I almost make like a little mini phylactery thing that like you can come with me, so you can like stare out of the crystal, because like I feel like I would be able to go back into the labyrinth as a now lich, even a new one, and I would know. But like I don't want to drag you, and that you're already dead one. It would be bad. It's bad in there if you don't. You're supposed to be there. And so I have you like in a fucking necklace or something where you could still kind of like peep. But
perceive,
I have to go back and like, and there it could be interesting to play with a little bit of like a darker side of the lich shit moment where it's like I take this person and I'm like, okay, well, I'll use their soul for like harvesting and power, and so it's like I don't kill them, right? And then you're kind of like, oh, that's a little fucked up, and it is still like that's a fun, interesting thing to play with.
But it's like, it's like still under the assumption in the communication of like, I'm doing everything to get you back to your girlfriend, so like
for sure
I do this
two things can be true.
It's the morality of like I'll help you get there, but the means are gonna be the means.
Exactly. It's like, hey, if like I can also benefit. It's like, yes, I feel guilt about this and I'm unpacking some shit, but this is also what I've spent my entire life dedicating everything.
These are the avenues and the roads before us.
And this is sort of the toolkit, the Mouska tools I have to work with. And
this is
so I'm going to pull the soul out of this body, and you said you didn't like this person, so we should all get real cool about some things.
We should all get real cool about a lot of things,
I feel like, oh boy, I'm trying to think of like, because maybe there's a thing with like spirits that are taken before their time. Like maybe there are some spirits that like the longer they stay in the spirit world, like the less grip of sanity they have, or the less grip on like reality.
I think that makes sense.
And so I feel like my character is,
and that
also
is probably
trying to, like,
part of the the cycle of like the reincarnation too. It's like you should go back into the kind of cycle. So you don't lose yourself.
I had a thought of like, I like the idea of like race against time. So I like the idea of there being a race against time in two fronts. Of one, you are a soul taken before your time. So you technically have a time frame of like, I might start going crazy and like turn into a wraith essentially. Because that is what wraiths are like vengeful spirits with unsettled business that just go straight into the madness of it all and lose themselves. So it's like you could become a wraith if you wait too long. The other avenue is as like a College of Spirits bard and like a prior student or whatever, like you have a wealth of knowledge. And so like you came there, you have a wealth of knowledge that could afford you a very good reincarnation. But that would mean that your reincarnation means you're out of time sync with me. Like
like that would put me back as a baby and starting over. And it's like, that's not what I want to do.
We would never be together in that time frame.
And so it's like you play the risk of waiting and just becoming like a wraith and like a lich battery, essentially.
So I'm like,
losing yourself or taking me out before I can get there and find you.
This is so cool. This is such a cool fucking story. What the hell? Oh my god, I love this. Okay. So now I'm thinking, I'm still trying to be like, okay, let's take it down to like character level 2. Let's look at like little basic things. Like, I already love the way that Ale, your character looks. Mariah, what do you think your character would look like?
So I feel like, I was thinking about this. I feel like the higher you go into like lichdom and the more you assume that form, it's almost like, have you seen like Vorgoth from Dragon Age Veilguard? Where it's like he's just sort of like a cloak with like there's some smoke in there. He's very like non-corporeal. It's like you don't know what's
He's got hands and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and so, or he has gloves.
Hands come out the cloak and
there's,
that's about it.
There's gloves in there, but like we don't. It's not your business.
Don't know
that's Verna's business.
I love that.
Where it's like the newer liches are more. It's like we're still wearing the cloaks, and there's still. I think you can see some of her like blonde, like icy blonde hair.
Nice.
And what you can see a bit of her nose and a bit of her chin. Like you can't see all of her face.
Yeah.
And it's like because she does
in shadow a little bit.
She's like semi-skeletal and like her skin is a bit like taut, so it's like that she stays covered. She hasn't gone like full non-corporeal yet, so there's still elements of her that are visible.
Yeah.
But then as we continue to go and she gets a bit more deeper into lichdom, she starts to kind of recede a bit more and become
get more skeletal.
Just a skeleton.
Whereas I think like looks wise for my character, I think she's got like, I always go like, you said manic pixie dream girl, my brain is like, oh yeah, a little fae energy, because I always play like anything that has like little fairy energy, I'll take like little fae vibes. And so I feel like maybe she is like I also always play gnomes. I always play like the teeny tiny little guys, like just someone small that I feel like would be
just a horrifying blonde ghost friend, and then like
a tiny little
with like a 3 foot tall little gnome girl. That's so funny. I feel like she would be like
the weirdest collection of queers you ever did see.
I mean, that just sounds like a queer friend group. Like, that's...
Honestly, yeah.
Have you ever seen a friend group who all look like they're dressed to go to the exact same event? No.
No,
we all
never.
dress...
Not our friend group, certainly.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So I think, either got to be 3 to 4 feet tall or 7 to 8 feet tall. Pretty much. I think I have one character that I play that is taller than 5 feet tall, and that is the werewolf from my Strixhaven home game. Everyone else I've played is like 3 feet or less, because I think that's cute.
The only fonts I know how to play in are Giant Muscle Mommy and Just a Little Guy.
Yep.
And
Yep. Which also, let's talk about that, like, pairing now of us being, like, girlfriends is, like, that, the height difference is going to be beautiful.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I think that she would be, I'm going to say halfling, because I think that's adorable. But I think that something that could be interesting is by the end, like, by the time we do, like, reconnect or reunite, is going to be like, you can see some of the parts of me that got really fucked up just from like the
waiting,
like insanity
you're
that
dead.
was starting to creep up on me. So there's definitely some like aesthetically, I feel like it would be cool, like black like veins or black like something like
I like
scarring
that.
across one side,
or almost how like in Baldur's Gate, the Shadow Curse a little bit, like how something like that goes, where it's like there's like a little bit of rotting, and it's like, to my character, that's just like, that's what people look like here. I'm half shadow and bones.
You're like
I don't care.
But it's like being a halfling is really interesting, because I feel like it starts out, this halfling is like just very like round and like cute, like chubby face
at the beginning
and,
like, of the story.
Yeah, and then by the end of it, it's like you can tell like definitely have like thinned
You're more
out,
gaunt,
and it's more like. Yeah, you can actually see, like, cheekbones, which you couldn't. It was just, like, a cute little round chipmunk face beforehand. So, like, very much a different person by the end of it. But, like, at the core, still the same, but also very, very different and very,
there's definitely parts that are being lost in the process. And maybe to add, because I'm a sucker for tragedy, it can be, like, whether we get you out on a technicality, it may not be all of you, because there's like, you can't
you did die.
You did die, and you can't gain back the parts that you lose in that like in that decay of your spirit. So it's like, we have to make a game time decision of like, do we bring back and salvage what we can of you, even if it's not the whole, or do you reincarnate, and do I choose to reincarnate with you? And we just take the risk of like, do we meet again in the next life?
That's
or it's like,
so beautiful.
Or is it,
that's heartbreaking.
Or is it that thing? Yeah, like, is there a scene at the end where it's like, you do reunite, but is the point the seeing each other again? The point is not a happily ever after, because there isn't that, because you have died. Like, and you are still alive.
Yeah, is there I accept the fate and either let you go, and then I just go live my life knowing that at least, like, the whole of you gets preserved in the next life.
Yeah.
Or selfish, and I, like, want to keep the parts of you that are still here.
And I feel like that would be a thing for my character where it's like, okay, like, these are the options that we have. Like, she cannot be restored. I can get you, like, you can have this moment, and then I can get you back out to the land of the living, because I think also another fun race against time thing would be, like, once you are, like, in these sort of inner areas that are supposed to only be for the dead and the liches, like, that shit is like a beacon. Like, you should, so, like, we're running, we're moving, we can never be in the same location, we're having to watch out for people patrolling, like, it is very dangerous to be alive in here, because everything else that is dead is attracted to that energy. And so it's like, you've got to get the fuck out of here, or become
something
dead
that can
real
be
quick.
I think something that could be interesting is, like, once there is, like, a reuniting moment and, like, trying to figure out what we're doing, I think that is when that enemy, that rival, comes up, like, catches up with us, basically. And I think there's a real moment of, like, I mean, you could let this person kill you, because if they do, then at least we both can reincarnate. I think it becomes, like, a moment of, like, yes, I'm still fighting, but once I realize I can just reincarnate with this person, we try and meet in the next life.
At least know that we'll be in sync in the next life, and we just have to trust the process that if it's meant to be, we'll find each other.
I think, and I think there's, like, a moment of realization, and you just kind of, like I'm imagining
I just, like, go into an alleyway, and I'm like, sure hope somebody doesn't stab me in the back. Like,
well, I'm imagining,
this
like,
doesn't come along and kill me. Or there's a kind of, like, a moment in that fight.
Is looking awfully strangleable.
That's me with this. I have I told you guys I have a VTM character concept. I think I told you last time that we were, like, when we did the pre-recorded one, where I had this VTM character I would love to play that is, like, a human, but she has this, like, obsession with becoming a vampire. So she, at some point, is just gonna start walking around like, oh no, I really hope someone doesn't come out and bite me. Yeah.
Like, you've gotten in a lot of weird situations.
Going to every club, heard a rumor that might be, like, vampire affiliated, and you're just like, oh no.
Every, like, vaguely goth person, you're just like,
her now signature hairstyle is just, like, one braid down one
swoop
side
over,
so that she can, like, have her neck just exposed.
You've got, like, a half shave for easy access to the carotid.
You've got a heart rate monitor that you're always trying to keep, like, high.
It's so funny. Holy shit, I love this. I've pitched this character idea to so many people that I'm like, all right, now someone put me in this.
You need to play it in a system that's not VTM.
That's valid.
Because the thing with VTM is, like, you can't have a human that knew that there were vampires that wasn't ghouls. Would be killed.
Yeah. I fully expect, like, if I were to ever play this, that she would just, I would, like, I've never experienced character death, but if I ever play this character, I fully expect her to die in, like, 5 minutes.
You would, yeah.
Like,
you would die super, like, in session 1.
Yeah,
exactly. Or it's just, you would either have to be, like, a really, like, such a silly, goofy VTM game that it honestly pushes the limits of what that system is meant to do, because that system is kind of meant to examine darker themes.
Yeah.
Or I feel like you would try to play it as, like, a Daggerheart game or something that, like, involved vampires.
Johnny, where's Johnny?
And
get him on it.
Summon Johnny into the
like
chat.
A system that isn't so dark and doesn't have so many rules around, like, the killing of touchstones.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a character that I had specifically for just, like, a little freeform, like, role play that I did with my friend, that I'm like, okay, but she would be super fun to play. I just want to play her. Oh my god. And Johnny knows that I have issues with a good protective big brother character because of Misfits. And I have already told him, like, if I play this character, I want him to be involved so that he can play the big brother. Because why not give him more emotional blackmail to hurt my feelings? Yeah.
That'd
be
great.
Yeah.
I feel like we could totally play siblings really well, honestly.
That'd be very
I feel like
cute.
that'd be fun. Okay. Oh god. This story
Yeah,
that
that
we've
could
made
be
so far is so
interesting.
beautiful.
Now I'm just
I
on
love
another tangent
Yeah,
with
now
that.
you're just
I'm like
thinking
on
of those.
I'm on like a VTM one shot tangent. I feel like it could also maybe with VTM work as like a one shot. Or like
Yeah,
a
I could
two-shot.
see it as a one shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be fun. As long as I just get to play her at some point, because she's such a cool character to me that I'm like, that could be so fun. Because the story that we wrote in the like RP was really fun, but it was like very much we did like a it was very like 50 Shades of Grey energy, because it was like she left home. She like ran away from home where she lived with her brother, who had like stayed to like help raise her because he got turned when she was like 14. But now it's like, you know, less than a year before her birthday, where she's gonna be like the same age that he was when he got turned, and that's her big thing, is she like refuses to be the same age or older than her brother. She needs to stay his little sister forever. And so she like runs away from home, goes into the city, and like gets a job for this like really big, you know, corporate guy who happens to be a vampire. And she basically like works for him and has worked out like a deal with him of like, you know, I'll be this like personal assistant or whatever the fuck that you need me to do, as long as you promise that you'll turn me before this date. And the story is that as they work together, they like get so annoyed with each other, and they're always at this like, you're not supposed to be putting up with my shit, but I'm not gonna put up with your shit because you're an asshole. But he keeps putting back, and she kept saying, when are you gonna fulfill your end of the deal? And he's like, I will. And he keeps pushing it back and back and back. And eventually it does turn into a, like, because he actually didn't want to turn her. And it is a very interesting, like, sweet love story. But I feel like
I have a... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. I want to hear this.
No, I have two NPCs in our, like, home Fall of London game
that are very much that
are it's not their exact story of like she's not fully mortal, she's his ghoul.
I see.
And like, but she like wants him. I could tell you more about them without I don't want to like spoil too many things. They are like everyone else is now invested in them because like he's the seneschal to the Prince of London, so he's like the second in command of it's a Camarilla campaign, so he's like and then he has his like ghoul. He has like a team of ghouls, but his like favored one is his assistant Lily, who like there are other reasons of like a lot of reasons for why he's drawn to her, and a lot of reasons that like say, but like the way ghouls work in VTM is you can't if at any point the ghoul stops receiving kindred blood, all of their aging will catch up with them at once. So it's like, if someone's only been a ghoul for like a year or two, right, it's not too crazy, right? They have like insane withdrawals, even after a few doses of and it's like emotionally and psychologically can be very devastating for them. But they may not die. But if you've been ghouled to someone for like 20 years, 50 years, and you're going to turn to dust. As soon as like you're gonna immediately just die because like 100 years of aging catch up to your body at once and your heart just stops, right? And so it's a fun thing where like there's an ethical dilemma of it's like he's keeping her she's still somewhat mortal by being ghouled to him, and she's safer being ghouled to him, but that has a ticking clock. And then there's ethical issues and a lot of other things going on around like creating new kindred being an interesting thing to do right now, and the intense political power struggles that are happening. And so it's a fun. They're a little. We all have those like NPCs. I feel like when we run it that are just like our sweet little babies.
Absolutely.
They're some of mine.
In every AP that I listen to, there's always one NPC that I'm like, that's my child. That's the one I'm adopting.
That's my Shayla. Yeah.
That's
my
also.
Shayla.
Weird little fun fact about Gals and Goblins, if we still got Wugs in the chat here, is, and I love bragging about this, I actually told this to the Gals and Goblins like crew at Gen Con, which was like one of my biggest flexes in their community is that I was the first one to start making OCs and doing like, we call them Wugsonas now. But it was back in like 2023, I think, that it was like, I like had posted in the Discord, hey, does anyone make OCs for this? I started this whole thing, we all call them Wugsonas. I started this solely so that I can make a character I wanted to ship with one of the NPCs in the game. Yeah. And like, I think for months I had a fan art of this NPC as the lock screen on my phone.
Incredible.
His name is Chet Weatherfeather, and he's a little Aarakocra boy. And I'm obsessed with him.
I love
his introduction to, because it's a magic like high school, right? So they're all like teenagers. And his introduction to this show starts with him showing up in front of like the PCs and going, "Hello, ladies."
Oh god. Incredible.
Incredible.
There is always one NPC that I'm like, I'm obsessed with you, and Chet is that for Gals and Goblins. I'm like, yeah. So there's always one in every piece of fiction that is either like the funky little guy or just like, I just get fascinated with a certain NPC that I'm like, you, right there. That one, I need more of your lore. Give me all of your story there.
Yes.
Yeah. So good. Oh my god. Oh, you know what we haven't covered is the hardest thing about making characters, which is, what are our characters' names?
Fuck. I forgot about
that. Such a great question that I definitely have an answer to.
Yeah, definitely.
Just give me a second as I'm like ruminating on the pronunciation for sure.
Okay. I just wanted to update my Twitch username so it actually said my name in table talk.
I love you so much.
I love you.
And am I doing that halfway through the stream? Yeah. Is it because I've been trying to figure it out and I couldn't find the setting?
Yep.
But I finally did it. Be proud of me.
Completely fine.
Now I have to get my way back to the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna use like what one of my naming conventions is where I pick a word that I think encapsulates like what my vibe or idea or like the mission statement of the character.
Yes,
one word.
Absolutely.
And then I go to Google Translate and I put in a bunch of random languages until I like the sound of something.
Yes. Okay.
You know what? That's a strong idea, and I'm gonna start using it.
I like it.
So
I think
I
think we did that with actually with Diana when she was on the show. Is like we kind of did that where we kept looking at like the Latin names and then the Greek and then we just went through a bunch of different words and we were like, okay, and now we're at where?
Okay, let's see. I'm going with the word longing for her.
Oh, beautiful.
There's a bunch of languages that I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's see. Okay.
So you just like go to Google Translate and see.
I go to Google Translate, I type in that one word, and I start looking at.
Incredible. A lot of the time I will look up names. I'll like think of kind of similar of like I'll think of like a name that is like a mission statement for my character, and then I'll go, okay, names meaning something, and usually it's like, okay, it's either going to be something that's more like, can I help you?
Nope.
Loud ass motorcycles outside. Sorry, I don't think anybody else can hear it, but I can, and it's disruptive.
I heard a little motorcycle.
Yeah. The new mic is great because you really can't hear the traffic sounds nearly as much as you could with my old mic. But that doesn't muffle my earballs, so I can still hear it. But yeah, so a lot of the times I will look up like names that mean like a certain thing. And then just kind of go like from there. And
let's see. I'm just like clicking random ones.
Go for it.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the name Desira.
That's pretty. How do you spell that? I'm gonna put the names in chat.
Desira.
C as in cat, Esira.
D as in dog,
D.
Esira. Desira.
Oh, that's pretty. I love that.
Because the Latin for it is almost like desire.
Yeah, that's so pretty. I was going to go with, hold on. I want to Google this by itself. I was going to go for my character with Anastasia means resurrection.
I love
but
that.
because she's a little halfling, I want her to go by Annie.
Hell yeah.
And I also Googled the name Annie name meaning, and it means grace or favor. And I think that's really, I feel like that's very fitting for her. What about you, Mariah? Where are you at for your name?
Annie. I had an idea, but I'm checking.
Go for it. This is really fun. I like learning how people name their characters. Naming conventions have always been really interesting to me because, like, my name is something that's important to me. My middle name is, I go by Savannah Rain everywhere on the internet, and it's because my middle name is Rain. But it's actually because my last name is not my paternal grandfather's last name the way it, like, kind of should be, because my grandparents weren't married or weren't together when they had my dad. So I actually have my grandmother's last name. But when my parents were, I love it too. Honestly, I like my last name. But when my parents were naming me, they wanted to also include my other family name, which is Raina, and keep me kind of connected to that side of the family too. So when they thought of Savannah, originally it was going to be Savannah Raina, but they thought it, like, just
sounded too similar.
It just sounds weird, yeah. So they decided to just switch the E and the A, and so it's Savannah Rain, but it's spelled Rayne because it's, yeah.
I love that.
I love it too. I think it's beautiful. Like, I've always loved my name. I think it's really, really pretty. But I really love looking up, like, the meanings of names and where they come from, and the meaning of the name Raina being, like, queen. I actually looked up my last name very recently, and I found out that my last name means noble or well-born. And I'm like, that's awesome. That does not feed my Leo ego at all. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Fucking mood. Because you know what my parents fucking did? They went into 2 separate rooms, and they wrote down a list of names. The only one that they had in common was mine. But my mom specifically was like, I'm only choosing royal names. So, like, my first name, I think, is basically, like, my first name is basically, like, God's favorite or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And
like God or whatever.
Gift to the world. Yep.
God's gift to the fucking world. And then my middle name is, like, servant of God or whatever the fuck. And then my last name is protector of knowledge and religion. And then my other one is, like, savior of the earth. And I was like, so I'm the second coming, apparently, because y'all didn't want to put any pressure on me, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But also am a Leo, so I do walk with the energy of, like, no, I am the greatest.
Yep, absolutely. What's your birthday if you're Leo?
July 31st.
No way! On July 26th. Yes, July
Incredible.
Leo.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I have mine. Mine now. I'm doing Molech. Molech. It's I was looking up words that mean, like, sacrifice. So, like, it's a Semitic word that potentially can mean, like, to rule or sacrifice. But then Molech or Moloch was the name of an Ammonite god associated with child sacrifice in the Old Testament.
Ooh,
it was worshipped by the Canaanites and the Phoenicians. And I think that's fun for, like, the sacrificial element of liches.
Yeah.
And
that's
I think
really cool.
She's, like, it's a masculine word, but also, like, she's kind of things are kind of fluid when you're
dead.
Them.
Yeah.
What is gender? There's only bones.
Ain't nobody measuring these hips. Ain't nobody getting that close.
It's all bones down here.
All bones. Yep. It's only bones. That's
sounds like a bunch of xylophones when you get busy, but
I was gonna make a Yeah, instead of in the Lich City, instead of OnlyFans, they have Only Bones.
Only Bones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense, I think. Yeah.
Let me see a little femur, baby.
Get that metacarpal out.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh boy. Let me see a little femur, baby. So, fun fact about me, the bookshelf behind me back there, you can't see it, it's blurred, but there's like writing and stuff on it, and that is because I like to write just out of pocket insane shit that people say with no context because I think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see a little femurs making it.
One of them just says, I'm a queer little boy, and I can't remember who said that one, but it's on there.
Solid.
Another one says, don't twiddle my thumbtack, you weirdo. That was specifically me to my housemate, because I have a thumbtack that's on my wall that was, like, getting loose, and she just kept messing with it, and I was like, don't twiddle my thumbtack. But there's a bunch of random shit in there, and I feel like Let Me See a Little Femur Baby needs to go on the shelf. So that's going on there. Yeah. You'll be immortalized on my bookshelf of insanity.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's good ones. Oh my god. Anyway,
my
that's
highest honor.
Yeah. One of these days, hey, if anyone wants a bookshelf quote tour, let me know and I'll make a video of that. I don't know if I should. I don't know what else on there. I might get canceled.
Do a little peruse.
Just a cursory glance.
Yeah, I'll read them beforehand, but I'll read some of my favorites on there. They're great. Okay, back to I gotta get back on focus, Savannah. Okay, Justin wants it. Justin said he wants one. I got one vote for yes, make a video of the bookshelf quotes, so I gotta do it. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the thing. As soon as one person says they want me to do something, I'll probably put it on my list of like projects to do at some point.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not contractually obligated.
Like,
actually,
you're correct. I will make it happen. It might be a while, but I will make it happen.
Now.
Savannah, focus? Never. That's true. I also forgot to take my meds this morning, so
yeah, that'll do it.
We're doing this unmedicated too. It's great. I'm having a great time.
Speaking of, I need to take mine. I'm just gonna subtly pop a couple pills. Don't mind me.
Yep. Take your vitamins, children. Take your drugs.
Take your meds.
Take your prescription drugs. As long as your doctor says you can take them, do drugs. I can't. If I take my meds right now, I will not sleep until Tuesday, which is a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about last names too. I don't know why the first last name that's coming up for me, for Annie is gonna be Lightfoot. I just think that's cute.
I like it.
It sounds very halfling-ish.
Very halfling vibe.
Yeah, it is very.
I don't think any of the liches have last names. I think we renounce them when we become.
You let go of that. Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm like Desira Rockport is like ringing
Rockport
something.
Is cool. I like that. I feel like we've talked about like I just want to hear about like Annie and Desira's like relationship as of or up until like the death and stuff, like what our like history was kind of thing. And I feel like we were close enough that we were like oh, if we ever get married, how are we going to like, you know, combine our last names? And we come up with like silly little like ship names, you know, how people will like mash up like what's our couple name? I was thinking
Rockfoot or Lightport.
Rockfoot or Lightport. Lightport is cute.
Lightport's not bad.
Lightport's not bad. Is definitely cute. Rockfoot is crazy, but I feel like that's like I feel like they've talked about it where it's like the joke or like the real name that they would go with.
The real one will be Lightport. But the funny haha will be Rockfoot. Yeah.
They refer to
like when we have joke arguments and we are calling each other by our wifey names, like full legal wifey name, and then just use Rockport instead of or Rockfoot instead of Lightport.
Rockfoot, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's adorable. I love it. Do you think we would have met like before college, like before going into like this, like we would have met like and been together before I went into this like college?
I like to think it started in school, because I imagine like it's a like people come from different parts of the world, so maybe we're like
Yeah.
if neither, it's kind of like a serendipity fate thing of like if neither of us had decided to go to this specific school, we would have never met
That's
otherwise
cute.
because
This,
we
like,
came from like different places.
Yeah. This like
And I think that is kind of like
introduction to
foreshadowing
spirits
of like
class.
the shit later of like if we choose to reincarnate together, it's
Yeah.
like trusting fate basically to bring it back. And
That's so cute.
yeah, I like to
like
think that
that.
like we're pretty far into like our study. I like to think we're like on our last year, if not like nearly graduating or something.
This is like whatever
And
this college's equivalent of like a junior is or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you for the sub, Cookie Mon Steve. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh yeah, just so everybody knows, my Ko-Fi is still open. If anybody wants to go and help me out, you'll see I always forget to plug this part. But it is still open. I am still raising money to hopefully get a car because poor girl is walking everywhere. It's a nightmare. Yeah. Oh, Steve, don't let me forget I owe you another tarot reading because I put my Ko-Fi rewards for like a $1, a $5, and a $10 tier. And Steve went in and donated $50 last time.
Oh,
and it was so sweet. And I was like,
that's
cool.
awesome.
I owe you now 5 tarot readings. I did one last week.
You're like, you just have to do one of those like mecha tarot that's like 20 card, or it's like, how's your next 5 years gonna go?
Yeah.
So the tiers for anybody who
Like
does
a full
want to know,
Celtic cross.
the donation rewards for anybody who does want to know is I've got for $1, I can read your fortune using this little guy that I was very excited that I remembered how to fold when I made it. So
I never figured out how to fold those in school.
I dropped
I was
it.
always
Hold
very
on.
jealous of the people that knew how to fold them.
I used to make them all the time, and so the fact that I remembered how to fold one, I'm like, I want to make 8,000 more of them. But for $5, I will do a 1-card tarot reading out of my D&D tarot deck, and then for $10, I'll do a 1-card tarot reading, but then also make you a character based off of the card that I drew. So yeah, I owe Steve another. I think I have 4 more tarot readings to go after that.
Hell yeah.
I love it. So I will do that at some point. Actually, I'm going to grab my cards now so that they're on my desk so I don't forget them. Yeah. If anyone, for anyone who has gotten, I don't know if either of y'all guys have gotten tarot readings from me before, but
I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
I don't
have a lot of people read cards.
This particular
for me. Like I would let you do it, but like I tend to my spirit guides and like answers tend to be a little like, hey girl. There's been like one person one time Ollie and I went in a witchy shop and both of us got clocked to like get a tarot reading done.
Interesting.
I am someone that does not like ever.
And I genuinely don't either, just because of like I don't know, it's just for a lot of reasons, like spiritual hygiene reasons. But yeah, I tried to be like, I don't want this random lady to read my tarot. And my ancestors were like, you gonna sit down and you're gonna get your tarot. And I was like, okay.
I have a weird thing. So the whole thing of me doing tarot readings online really started with Erin My Laundry. Every single time Erin streams, I pop up in chat, and I can't remember why I started doing this. I think I was just bored and I had my cards in my hand, but I was like, hey Erin, do you want me to pull a tarot card for you? And then she was like, yeah, sure. And then it turned into a thing where now every time I show up in chat, Erin will be like, Savannah, do you have your tarot cards? And I will just give people like little 1-card tarot pulls in chat.
I love that.
But the craziest thing about it is they don't miss. They are weirdly relevant and accurate every single time. Specifically the D&D tarot deck. I've learned that this deck loves when I read for other people. Oh yes, yeah, it was with when I was streaming with On week before last, was because On has experienced this before. On has gotten several readings for me. Justin also attests to it. Yeah, for some reason, every time I pull from this deck, people are like, oh, wow, that's relevant. It's They yell at me a lot. They yell at me in a fun way. But a lot of it is, like, very, I think, positive in a way of, like, it feels more like giving, like, gentle advice of, like, like, even the darker cards, like the Tower and stuff, is very much just, like, letting go of control and letting the
it's not
chaos
always
hit you
negative.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I have a deck.
do a reading. That was fun.
Yeah, I have a deck that I call my mother deck, and like that one I only pull when like truly I'm sitting here and I can feel the deck like boring holes into my back, and it's like pick me up, bitch, and I'm like okay, and it is a savage fucking deck, and but in like the most caring way, but it is ruthless.
I had a deck once. I have since gotten rid of this deck solely because it just I think it like personality wise, I think it was like, I'm done with you. Like, I think I need to go somewhere else or be given to somebody else. Which I did. I ended up giving them to a friend and she absolutely loves them. So I was like, cool, that was the right move. But I had one deck one time straight up call me a coward in front of a person that I had a crush on at the time while I was doing the reading for myself. Like, the reading itself was all talk, no action. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Are you kidding me?
You do have to be careful what you open up. Like, none of my decks are really... I have, like, one Oracle deck that I will pretty much... I don't read other people with it. I exclusively use it for, like, me talking to, like, my guides, my ancestors. But, like... My people will call me out on my government name with a pendulum, a fucking deck of playing cards. They don't really give a shit. Like, one of Aliana's close friends, Alyssa, like, culturally, she is not supposed to receive any kind of readings from anyone. And, like, the first time, like, one of the first times, like, Alyssa stayed at my house, like, Ollie came down. This is when I still live up in Austin. So, like, they both came up and stayed for the weekend with me. And we had been playing Cards Against Humanity. And then we got off talking on, like, kind of spiritual stuff. And I was just, like, dicking around with the Cards Against Humanity cards and just shuffle. And I was like, let me just, for the grin, for the giggle, for the ha-ha, for the funny.
For the fucking giggles.
And I was like, I have been feeling stuff and, like, there's frequently stuff in my, like, there's shadow people be popping around my house. It's fine. They're not bothering nobody. But they're there. Nothing can come in my house that's negative, but just, you know, sometimes people be passing through. And I did I like 3 cards flew out and I was like, well, this is somebody. And Alyssa was like, no, that's my uncle. And I was like, all right, well, that's enough fun time with the cards.
Yeah, we're going to set that down.
We're not doing that anymore.
And then Alyssa's Gam walk us all up at the same fucking time in the morning. And we were like, lovely. Nah, we did fuck up.
Yeah, we all
You're right.
6
all right. Yep.
I was like, cool. They're really not picky, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, I feel like Uncle should get some heat for coming in there and for talking
pulling
through Cards Against Humanity. He made a choice too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy, these particular cards, I think, like, I've learned very quickly my D&D tarot deck love to be read for other people. I have I think 6 tarot decks right now, and I have a few oracle decks, but I have one particular tarot deck that, like, every new deck I get, I'll do like I call it a deck interview spread, where I'll, like, ask it certain questions. And one of the questions is, how can I best connect with you? Like, how can we best work together? And I have one deck in particular where I asked that question and I drew the Hermit, and I was like, noted. No one will ever see, these cards will not see the light of day when other people are around.
I'm an inside girl.
Yeah, exactly. This is a one reader tarot deck, and now I know. Yeah, it's interesting, that particular deck. By the way, while we were talking, I did actually do a card pull for Steve, because we gotta check those rewards off for you. And what's interesting is I think that this is really similar to the card that I drew last time, in terms of just the message that it was giving. So, Steve, there is yours. Let me see if I don't know if it's focused right now. I can't see. But the card is the Knight of Wisdom. I also love these cards that they use they use wisdom, charisma, strength, and intelligence instead of, like, the normal, like, cups, wands.
The normal suits.
Yeah, pentacles. So, the Knight of Wisdom reads, trusting your passion, allowing yourself to dream big, and imagining the best happening for you. Something else that it does, that is the reason why I do the, like, adding a character thing for it, is it adds like a little prompt at the end, like a little scene prompt for like a D&D scene.
Oh, that's fun.
And the prompt is, there are whispers that the mayor of the town has been seen signing a pact with an imp. So the character I'm going to give you, Steve, for this card is the imp itself. And the pact that you were signing was that, the pact that you were signing was that the mayor never actually get in contact with y'all ever again, because the mayor is just super annoying and wants to make a deal with the devil, and none of the devils want to deal with him. So you are the imp that is like,
he's
sign
really
this
horny
and
for
leave
the
us
devils.
alone. Yes.
Yeah.
The mayor
Here's your NDA and your
exactly. So the imp is like,
so,
this
like,
contract is that
please
you
take him.
stay the hell away from us, literally. So that's the character I've made for you for that particular card. I love it. On that note, we actually are coming up close to time. And I absolutely, the imp that gets to tell people to fuck off. Yep. Yeah, that's your character for this week. Come back next week, Steve. You'll get your third tarot reading and character creation from me. But yeah, I love the world and the story that we made for this one. I feel like that was like instant, without a hitch. We were like, oh, we're creating an entire like city kingdom within this world, and I love this. Like, now this is like,
the
okay,
economy, the hierarchy,
we really made some like lore here, which I think is so it's so interesting that you can make something so like in depth in less than 2 hours
from nothing. It's one of the coolest things to me.
That's why like this is my favorite thing to do, is because you get these random things and immediately, instead of the like yes and, I get the ooh, what if. It's the like, oh, what if there's an entire, like, the afterlife is an entire kingdom city that is also surrounded by liches and necromancers, and there's a necromancer college in the Outer Ring, and it's so cool. So I'm gonna try and give our little recap here. Unless, do one of you guys want to try and give our little, what's our movie trailer like recap of what we've created?
Ooh.
We just got at it.
Go for it.
Well, first, okay, what is the name of the place?
Oh,
we never got.
Oh,
that.
You're right. We never actually
name another
city.
thing.
Interesting.
That is truly the naming of things is why I don't get writing done.
Yeah.
Because I'm someone where it's like I need to know what the name of the thing is, and I'm like, well, I don't know what all the royal houses are, so I can't possibly start writing the thing.
City, let's go. City names. I love like I mean, obviously, like fantasy name generator.
The Necronomicon.
Let's consult mythology.
Yeah, let's go.
Can we do?
I just typed in city of the name. Oh, of course, fantasy name generator does have one called Necropolis name generator. That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's never been an original thought.
No, but although all of these literally just look like somebody like key smashed and then hit enter. And I'm someone who is like, I want to look up like meanings and like names behind certain things, and like what is the actual like when you break it down, how does it translate, kind of thing. So I'm trying to think, what's another word for like necromancy or
I'm looking up.
What if it is like Isle of something, and it's like this system of like this outer rings, like it is like an island, basically floats in the void.
Oh yeah, because outside I like that.
So it's like it is the home of death, and then after that is just like the kind of eternal nothingness.
Yes, I love that because I like the idea of
the primordial soup, if you will.
Primordial I like the idea of it also being like also like how I said, like, outside of the outer ring, there was, like, a big cemetery where the bodies of those dead are found. I like the idea of it being, like, it is a void, but you can still see all the headstones. So people in the physical material plane, like, just walk through a cemetery. That's where they go to, like, visit their loved ones. But then they try and go into...
Eventually it becomes, like... Yeah. Like, as those graves have been there longer, they start to just be kind of consumed by
the void.
By the void.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
What about Isle of Vespera?
Ooh. Isle of Vespera? I like that.
Yeah. It's the Latin name meaning for evening, and, like, I kind of like to think of it in the state of, like, if you take, like, the different times of day at different stages of life. Or whatever, like, evening is just, like, that like transition into...
Like the twilight.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't know how to type. Okay. Vespera. Okay, how would you... Is that Vespera?
Yes.
The Isle of Vespera.
Also reminds me of, like, the Vesper Martini from, like, Bond movies, which, like, I thought was Casino Royale.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, no, that's just it. Once you get into, like, the inner circle, it's just that energy, but with ghosts. I love it. Okay, so the Isle of Vespera, I'm trying to think now, okay, like, full recap. So, the Isle of Vespera is an island in the void where the spirits of the dead go, but also those who wish to walk the line between the line of the veil between the living and the dead, who tend to live on the outer ring of the city, where you will find necromancy colleges and apprenticeships. There's probably also, like, some kind of, like, death knights or some kind of knight that will guard the city outside, which is also surrounded by the place where the veil truly is, like, the thinnest between the worlds, which is the cemetery where the bodies of the residents of this isle actually stay. As you go further in, there is different rings where you find liches, high-level necromancers, and then obviously the spirits of the dead. Now, when one spirit is, or when one halfling girl named Annie, or Anastasia, is sacrificed in what is really like a graduation ceremony trial.
Yes, it is like the final, the final, like, ascension trial.
Yes.
To becoming. You were neither the first nor the last person I'd killed. It was just like the final one to, like, get my power to ascend to
actually
lichdom.
Ascend to lichdom. Was sacrificed by Molech or Melech. Molech. Yes.
Molech, right? But I do like Melech more.
I think Melech is pretty, actually, because I feel like that's
Melech
a little bit more
fun.
femme.
I like that.
And because if I go by Annie, I feel like my character calls you Mel, because I think that's cute.
I like that. That's cute.
Yeah. So when Melech, in her final ascension ceremony, kills Anastasia, or Annie, unknowing that she was not actually supposed to be sacrificed. She did not consent to this and was not the one who was meant to be on the table for that. Learns this information, learns that she was not supposed to be there, and goes to find her spirit. And in doing so, kind of strikes up a little bit of a friendship with her and tries to go and send a last message to Annie's beloved Desira. How do you pronounce the S?
Desira.
Z or S?
Yeah, Desira.
Okay.
Desira. I like it having, like, a Z pronunciation.
Yeah, I like it too.
Desira.
It feels more elven. Feels more fantasy. Yep. To go and communicate with Desira. Now, when she does, she finds out that Desira is not
where she's
home.
Supposed to be.
Not at all. She is, in
she's
fact,
on the walls with you.
in the on the material level of where this isle is supposed to be, which is in the material plane a dangerous, fatal labyrinth. But it's trying to...
It gets you from the corporeal college into the sort of afterworld like lich run civilization.
Absolutely.
Where it is only the dead and the liches that
And
reside there.
and is trying desperately now to reach Annie through this labyrinth, and through all manner of, I feel like it can range from the funniest, like, what is licking you? Oh, it's a brick that's actually a mimic, to genuinely terrifying, like, there could be real horror elements into this.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, you can't do this and not make it horrific.
Yeah, it's like there's some death knights in there that are going around like cleaning up shop and
absolutely
scooping people.
They also learned that the reason that Annie was prematurely murdered, was prematurely sacrificed, was because of an academic rival. Something as petty as academic rivalry has cost this poor girl her life. But now, because we all know this, the rival is now after Desira to silence her, as well as be rid of Annie forever. So through all of these trials and tribulations, there is finally a reunion between the two, and then the options given by Mel,
yep.
of we can either you can either let Annie go and we can send her off to her resurrection. We can bring her back, but she is not the same because plenty of sanity and self has been lost in this time. Or we can you can both resurrect
to reincarnate
at the same time, or to reincarnate
reincarnate
at the same time.
Yeah.
Reincarnate. And trust in the fates to bring you back together.
Absolutely. And I don't think we have to decide that, because I think it'd be really fun to bring you guys back on for a sequel episode at some point, and we'll figure it out then.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Holy shit, thank you guys so much for being on my show. This was
so fun.
I love it.
If we do a sequel episode, it would be fun if the academic rival was also a lich. And like there was some more like lich politics going on there.
Absolutely.
And we can decide.
I think it was the start of uncovering something like happening in the underneath part.
Yeah.
And that's why she had such a desperation to silence Desira.
This is the hard part about this show, is because it is all about the creation, but now I'm like, I desperately need to continue to make this story. I need to continue developing this.
I want to write a lich story now.
This story needs to be written in some way. We gotta start like just storyboarding. Let's go.
I long for lich story.
On that note, I am gonna find somebody to read out to, but while I do, tell us where people can find you. Thank you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so my name is Alejandra. That is Mariah. We are the two hosts of the monthly podcast Table Talk, where we've now transitioned into a fully like interview style show, where we sit and yap with some of our favorite creators in the space. Pretty much covering everything both on and off the table that we love and maybe hate about the hobby. And it's just open-ended, very described by some people as like a cozy little hyperfixation chat with your best girlies. And we have a good time over there. So if you want like a good little cozy, easy to listen to episode, we got you covered over there. You can find us anywhere at Table Talk RPG. And the podcast can be heard anywhere where you can consume podcasts. And aside from that, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
I'm going to throw this in there one more time, because it will give everybody the link also to go and check out where we can find Table Talk. But on that note, I think I found someone to raid. I think we're just going to go super chill and go to Turtles and Chill. Which is literally a like live stream lo-fi channel where you just listen to lo-fi and watch turtles in a tank, and it's pretty great.
Hey,
so
strong.
Yep, that's what we're doing. I love it. Yeah, on that note, come back next week. I do this every single Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys know where to find me. And I'm getting better at posting my promo posts earlier than the day of. Posted this week's the day
Hey, Park.
before, but we're improving.
Proud of you. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Hey.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then also go and check out Not Quite Novelists on YouTube. I will be getting everything up to date on there. A lot of the VODs, I know I'm like several weeks behind. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll get there. But once I do go there, go check out Not Quite Novelists on Instagram, and be kind, be chaotic, and be creative. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.